Hi everybody, this is Sunshine, coming at you with an unboxing video. Now I don't have my usual nails on today, so we'll have to enjoy it without freshly manicured nails. That's okay. Today we have for you a few different things. First, we have this keyboard in front of us, and then we have a second keyboard that my partner is going to be using, and he'll give us a little review, and I'll relay that after we've talked about it and used them for about a week. Now this particular model here is the Epomaker RT100. The version I got comes with the pink Flamingo switches and this screen, as you can see here. This little screen is kind of a nice little add-on. It'll allow us to show some basic information and overall just a nice little novelty. Now this lovely pink keyboard here will have those nice pink creamy switches, a little bit of thought. I believe the Flamingo switches are linear and they come pre-lubed from the factory, so let's see what we get here. On the back of the box we have a few more details. It does come with a customizable knob, which is very nice. Let's see what we have inside the box here, what goodies they give us. Oop, giving me a little trouble here. Alright, let's see, can we get it, and this is where I have my nails. There we go. We've got it now. So opening the box, let's see what we get inside here. We have, of course, the keyboard and a label at the top that lets us know, hey, there's accessories under here, which is nice to know. We were gonna take everything off anyway. Let's take out the cover here, and we'll take out the keyboard and then we'll take a look at the accessories first. So underneath we have the instruction manual. Very important. A little mini guide for the screen. That's helpful. Alright, and let's see what else we've got here. So underneath the box here we do have a nice thick included USB-C cable, sort of aviator style, but it doesn't look extensible, and then a combination keycap and switch puller. And then included in the little foam is the screen itself. So there we are. It was just hidden a little bit. And here's that screen again. It does plug in directly to an auxiliary USB-C port. And the cable comes with a cable tie that is very nice and leathery. The ends of the cable do appear to be clad in some sort of aluminum or stainless steel. It is a custom color, so it must be USB 3 of some kind. Although, can never really tell these days. And then, of course, our combination cap puller and switch puller, which is very nice. Metal as compared to a lot of the plasticky ones you get these days with your sets of keycaps. I will be taking recommendations for keycaps if you do have any caps or switches that you think I should try. Let me just adjust here and then we'll take a look at the keyboard. So on the back we have, of course, the stepped feet here, so you can do shorter or taller depending on what you need, which I do appreciate. The feet themselves are very nice and sturdy, very easy to move around and adjust as you need to there. I intend to like the short feet, so we'll do that, and then we'll flip it over and take a look at the actual keyboard itself. Now this top left section is currently with a little cover. This is where the screen plugs in, and also a spot where you can hang on to your little wireless RF adapter if you don't happen to have Bluetooth on your computer, which is kind of nice. It's a nice way to keep this keyboard compatible with older systems here, and plus it tucks it away for safekeeping. So let's go ahead and plug in our little screen here. We'll take off the cover, and then that just plugs right in there. Now it is a little bit recessed, so just be gentle with it. Don't push too hard, and you should be able to get it in fairly simply there. And there we go. Now this keyboard does have RGB, so you'll see that when we do my review at the end here. The knob is nice and simple, easy to turn here. The keycaps are large and easy to read and use there. Little appearance from my dog there. And those caps are very nice and smooth. This is a linear switch with a low friction and factory lube there. So very nice, built-in light through for LEDs, and generally very durable. I believe it looks like the actuation force is 47 plus or minus 5 grams. Fairly short trowel range. So very nice, very easy to use. If you do want to flip around these switches, then you can actually swap them out, because this is of course hot swappable as well. Again, these are the Flamingo pink switches that did come included with this particular version of the keyboard. Those arrow keys, not small. This is an 85% keycap board, so I'm used to 100%. At the top here, you've got your switches to turn on and off the Bluetooth, and switch it between Mac and Windows mode for those Alt keys. Your FN functions you'll see mostly on the right hand side of the keyboard, and it feels very, very nice to use so far. Here we have our second keyboard, and just so you know, these are back to back, so we still don't have any nails on, but that's okay. We'll have them by the end of the week here, so we'll be able to review them properly. So this is an Akko 5087 QMK. This is with the creamy yellow switches. I believe these are also factory lubed switches. And then this box is a little simpler, so let's go ahead and just pop this over. So on the back here you can see that we do include the cable and a few other little options in here. As I said, simpler box, so we're just going to be able to open this by pushing and sliding out. So we'll take care of that here in just a moment. We wanted some linear switches on both of these keyboards to really be able to change from our full clicky tactile mechanical switches that we had before here. So let's go ahead and get this open. There we go, nice purple logo there. I do love that shade. Okay, let's hope I don't have as much trouble with this one. And that one opened right up. Okay, very nice. So we again have a little compartment for accessories, although not labeled. And foam covering. So this one's packed a little bit tighter in here. Plastic cover. And the keyboard itself. Let's go ahead and put that to the side for the moment. On the bottom we've got a little cover and then foam inserts. I swear this box is trying to slam my hands. open up this little accessory section. Alright, you can close now, Bugs. And let's see, so we do have a similar gauge cable, although it doesn't have those middle connectors. But still nice to have an included USB-C cable. Now, spare switches, definitely something that is always useful if you have any issues with them. So we can see these are the creamy yellow switches that we do get coming with this version of the keyboard. Decent cable as well. What else? We have a keycap puller. That's nice. Metal as well. And then a switch puller. I do appreciate that they've got them separate compared to the all-in-one tool that we had in the other keyboard there. Okay, let's go ahead and put these to the side for the moment and take a look at the keyboard itself. So, let's get this off here. And there we go. Now this is a 65% keyboard. On the back, again, we do have the little feet and little rubber stoppers there. So these switches are very similar, not quite as thocky as the Flamingo switches, but very nice, very simple to use. Easy on the fingers, which is very good because we're going to be doing a lot of typing between working on different projects and things. Of course, my work. So yeah, nice, smooth, not super duper clicky. You probably can't hear them because I've got some noise suppression built into the microphone, but that's okay. Caps are a little smaller. Definitely he's gonna have to get used to where the buttons are in comparison to everything else. I am very used to my own numpad, so I'm glad I got an 85%. It doesn't appear that we have any lights for numlock, caps lock, or anything else, which, again, something to get used to, but it's pretty obvious to tell when you've got caps lock and everything else on, so that's very, very nice. We do have another set of keycaps that are coming for this keyboard, which we will swap over to once they do come in. Thank you so much for staying with me and coming to the 1 week review of this keyboard. This is the Epomaker RT100. We also had and my partner has the Akko 5087. He's currently using it with the creamy yellow switches included. Both of us have used it for about a week. We both really enjoy the keyboards. We both had some Razer keyboards before, and while that worked just fine, the thocky creaminess wasn't there, and it is a lot easier to manage and maintain. Also, I had a full 100% keyboard. This is about an 85 here, and the size difference was very nice. He went from a full size to a 65%, so again, the space savings and the quality of the switches is what really moved us to switch to these ones here. Also, fun Christmas presents. The Flamingo pink switches are very nice on this keyboard, as you can hear. I'll do some recording of just the keycaps at the end of the video. The only complaint that I have is regarding the screen, and this is an issue that was brought to the attention in a few different, like a review here, a thing there, just because the screen is kind of a novelty piece. It's not like a requirement or anything. So it's kind of like a freebie. You can plug something in here and it does a thing. So it's very nice and useful, the screen itself actually does work. We've got an animation going on with it right now, which is fantastic, but it can overcharge. We believe that there's an issue with the capacitor in it. I am still working with support to resolve that issue. It's possible that it's just the screen that I have, or it may be inherent just because of the way it is built here. I was not having the issue at first until the battery was like fully charged, and then it was getting overcharged. It's also possible that it's drawing too much power from the tower, both this original cable and the additional cable that I tried with it. When they were plugged into the tower itself, that's when the and fully charged, that's when the issue seems to pop up. Otherwise, you can use the keyboard Bluetooth. Just use this little switch right here to flip it to Bluetooth. I can unplug it if I need to. That's kind of been my workaround here. You know, it is Bluetooth. I can use it multiple ways. The other solution was to plug it into a hub where it's sort of stepped down. It's not drawing quite as much power, and so it's not going to overcharge the capacitors in the screen. The screen itself is kind of cool. Wish the software was a little bit better for it. You do have to change the way your dates is displayed in Windows to get it to pull over properly here. The temperature it shows is weather, not your CPU temperature, unfortunately. Again, there's not really a way to do that right now with the built-in software. And there is a CPU percentage where it shows you how much CPU you're using at the time. However, it's not necessarily 100% accurate right now at lower thresholds. So like right now, we're recording, we're using about 1 to 2% of it, and it's still showing 0%. So that's fine. That is what it is. I will say that the one thing that I've had to get used to from a full-size 2 and 85 keyboard is my delete button up here. I actually used that quite a bit in my day-to-day work, doing some data entry and fixing some things. Backspace works just fine, and then usually there's a delete, so backspace, back, delete goes the other direction, deletes the one in front. So delete, having this be up there, not a deal breaker, not a huge issue, but just remembering it's up there. And then I actually use keyboard movement around the screen a little bit more than I anticipated. So home is a button that I tend to use quite a bit, as well as some page up, page down type things. So page up, page down are on the top up here. But home, yeah, I do find myself using this FN and then 7 button to move the screen back home when I've scrolled all the way down to a particular page there. So it is useful to have that here, so that's the only thing that's really taken a while to get used to. I haven't really had an issue with the size of the keys at all. Everything seems to be about right. It's just sort of a couple things moving around a little bit that has been a little bit nuanced. If you have any recommendations of keyboards or switches we can try next, that would be a good thing. We'll do a more in-depth review of switches themselves now that we have a good base. The switches in here are hot swappable, so we can pull them out, we can swap them, which is another reason why I ended up going with a newer mechanical keyboard rather than sort of the stock Razer option. You can adjust the RGB a bit here. You can, slow it down, speed it up, make it brighter, make it not so bright, etc. So you can do some kind of cool things with it. The knob has been useful for starting and stopping my audio and changing the volume on here, of course. So we'll probably end up swapping a couple keycaps over, making sure that everything's sort of up to my standards, and then we'll do periodic reviews of different products and different things as we get them on this channel here. Primarily, we'll do unboxings occasionally, and then we'll do some gaming related items here. So some older game reviews, some current long plays, etc. The only downside for the black keyboard that we unboxed earlier, the Akko 5087, my partner's been using that one, and the only complaint he has is the feet on it. So, like, this one has the little feet. So his feet on his came off. So the adhesive that had been used to stick the little feet on there was not great. So it did come off. So that's the only like negative he had to say about those. Otherwise, he's been enjoying it, using it, no problems at all. That's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm starting with just like the one video a week, so tune in next week. We'll do something a little different. I will either review another piece of electronics or we will talk about some gaming related items and kind of go from there. So thank you so much. Have a happy holiday season, and we'll talk again soon.